And this is For Richards here now. Ellie Cannon joins us. We're talking about food allergies next on the phone. Hi there, good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Great. Now, tell us about your research, first of all, because we're ignoring the information that's going out there, the facts, etc., aren't we, about, I suppose, the message that you're trying to get across, you guys, is you are what you eat, but we're kind of ignoring that, aren't we?
Yes, we are. I mean, this new study, which has been commissioned by Lacto Free, shows that millions of us could be suffering with food intolerances, such as lactose intolerance, but actually we're choosing to ignore the symptoms.
All right, well, what are they then? What are the symptoms?
So symptoms of a common food intolerance would be wind, bloating, diarrhea, tummy cramps, all of which could be a sign that you're actually intolerant to something that you eat.
Indigestion, that sort of thing as well?
Sometimes indigestion, but actually less so. More that tends to be sort of to do with acid indigestion, whereas intolerances tend to cause changes sort of lower down in the tummy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and tell us about this intolerance then, which is what you're talking about basically.
Yeah, so lactose intolerance actually affects...
Lactose, right.
yes.
Lactose intolerance, yeah.
Lactose is the sugar in milk, and actually we think up to 15% of the UK population are lactose intolerant, and that would cause symptoms of, you know, what I said, the bowel symptoms, the cramping and the bloating, and that's because of the lactose in the food that we eat, so in milk, in cheese, even in chocolate.
What else? Tell us what else we might find it in, you know, just a couple of other things to maybe bear in mind.
Lactose is actually a surprisingly common ingredient in quite a lot of things. So actually in processed food, it's actually even in some medicines, as I've said, in chocolate. So you have to be quite careful if you think you are intolerant to look for it.
Okay, so now where do we go from here then? So we should initially identify whether we think we are intolerant to this, and if we're lactose intolerant, presumably, and look into it by going to, you know, experts like yourselves?
Well, the thing is that actually we need to stop ignoring the symptoms. So we know that in the southeast, 85% of people ignore these symptoms that I've just mentioned. So the thing is to have a look at yourself, see whether or not you're having the symptoms. Try and do a type of elimination diet that you could find at lactoseintolerant.co.uk. Take this out of your diet for a couple of weeks and see whether or not you actually feel better.
So a bit of self-diagnosis wouldn't do any harm initially then?
Exactly, and to be honest, if you go and see a good GP and you thought you were lactose intolerant, that is actually how they would diagnose you, by advising you to do an elimination diet.
All right, and where do we go from there if we decide that we probably are?
Well, luckily nowadays there are actually normal dairy products that have the lactose taken out of them, and we call those lactose-free products. So you can actually get lactose-free milk and the like, and that you can find all of these products on lactosefree.co.uk.
Mm-hmm. What do they taste like? The same, or do they taste different? Does it taste anything like, for instance, soya milk?
No, it's normal milk. It's normal cow's milk.
All right.
It's had the lactose taken out of it.
So we wouldn't know then? We wouldn't know the difference.
Wouldn't know.
Wow. Okay, so remind us again then, Ellie, where we go for more details on that.
So you can find more details at lactofree.co.uk, and there's a great discovery tool there where you can have a look at the symptoms you might be experiencing on a day-to-day basis and see whether you could be lactose intolerant.
All right.